Kale. 3 years. You're finally going to acknowledge me.
Tonight, under the full moon, I declare my fated mate.
I am here.
Sarah, come up here.
Kale, darling. Kale, what are you saying? I'm the one who took that arrow for you 3 years ago.
An arrow. You are the traitor who led the enemy into our tribe and killed 30 of our warriors.
That wasn't me! It was a setup, you know that!
Seren, by the authority of the Alpha, I mark you as rejected. You are banished from Black Moon. You will serve as a slave for eternity.
Ah! Kyle! I gave my life for you, and this is how you repay me?
That light. It's impossible.
Kale, forget about her! Throw her out! Fine. Kale, you want it to end. Then let it end. I will remember this brand.
Traitor Seren! 30 lashes! Displayed for 3 days!
Kale, can't you reduce the number of lashes?
Follow the tribal law.
Sister, you should have never wanted Kale.
A lowly servant wolf dreaming of being Luna! She deserves it!
Are you all laughing at me? None. Kale, look closely at this scar. 3 years ago, that arrow was meant for your heart. I took it for you. You knelt in my blood and begged me not to die. Do you dare admit that? The Alpha knelt for a reject?
Shut up!
She's lying! Kale would never kneel to her! Kale, you can't look at me because you know. I was never the real traitor.
Continue the punishment!
I give up on this love. My cycle, it's 2 months late. The last full moon. Kale, the only time. Kale, you branded me a reject, but I'm carrying your child!
Search! The Elder has ordered that woman must die tonight!
Not just her. Her belly too. Dig it out. Leave nothing.
How do they know about the baby?
The blood of the moon goddess must not spill outside.
There! Don't let her escape!
I can't die. My baby. Someone please save my child. Kill me if you want, but spare my child.
Go ask the moon goddess in hell. Anyone who touches her dies.
Silverfrow's riders! How dare you enter Black Moon territory!
For the very person you're trying to kill.
Why are you saving me?
The mark of the moon goddess. It's truly you.
You recognize this? What is it?
Hail the bloodline of the moon goddess. The Silverfrost tribe has searched for you for 300 years.
You have the wrong person! I'm just a rejected servant!
No. This mark on your neck belongs to only one person in the world. It's not safe here. Come back to Silverfrost with me. I swear on my life to protect you and your child.
Fine. Kale, Black Moon, Elder Lunatus, all of you who want me dead today. One day I will come back for each of you.
Kale, it's the full moon tonight.
Shouldn't we complete the bond?
Come here.
Kale, mark me.
Sarah, a bond between fated mates never fails. Unless you are not my fated mate.
Of course I am. The Elder verified it at the ceremony.
Then why doesn't my mark recognize you?
None. My Alpha. Your fated mark. It's still glowing.
What does that mean?
Once a fated mate is rejected, the mark extinguishes immediately.
The fact that yours has burned for 3 years means your true fated mate was never rejected.
You're saying my real fated mate all along is still...
It's the girl you branded and banished, Seren. You rejected the wrong person.
Seren.
So hot inside me. Feels like something is going to burst out.
It's the backlash of the Bloodline awakening. Your body hasn't adapted to the power of the Moon Goddess yet.
The baby. Will the baby be okay?
No. I'll stay with you. Get through this, and this Bloodline will become your strength.
Sirius, is it worth it? Guarding a complete stranger like this?
You are the blood of the Moon Goddess. Protecting you is Silver Frey's sacred duty for 300 years.
A mission. So it's not because of who I am.
My child, you have finally awakened.
Are you the Moon Goddess? Why am I your blood?
You will remember everything in time. Tonight, I will only tell you this. The Alpha who branded you, he did not reject you willingly.
He branded me, banished me, and watched his men hunt me down, and that's not willing?
He was forced to reject you, under threat of your life. If he hadn't, you would have died that very night.
Who forced him?
Lunarius, the one who annihilated my bloodline. 300 years later, he still sits on that throne.
Lunarius, Kale was forced. None.
The evidence of treason. It was Sarah who submitted it 3 years ago.
Seren! Why did you take that arrow from me? Open your eyes!
Because I know you are my fated mate.
She took an arrow from me. How did that turn into her being a traitor?
My Alpha. We found the fragment of the Blood Oath from the battlefield.
Show me! The informant named on this confession. It doesn't say Seren. It says Sarah.
Could it be the wrong person was accused?
Sarah altered the confession. She threw her sister under the boss, and I believed it. What about Lady Seren now?
Send everyone! Search every inch of the land! I want her found alive!
But the scouts at the border report she's most likely...
Impossible! My fated mark is still burning! She is alive! Find her!
My babies. I'll see you soon.
The snow is heavy. Don't stand by the window. The midwife and healers are ready.
Sirius, if something goes wrong, save the babies.
I will not lose a single one of you.
Once they're born and I've mastered this bloodline, I'm going back to Black Moon. The one who branded me. The one who framed me. The one who hunted my children. None of them will get away!
Is that Alpha on the list too?
Yes. Even if he was forced, he still owes me for that brand. They're coming!
Steady, healers, now!
It's twins! A boy and a girl!
Silver eyes, the mark of the Moon Goddess's royal line. The twin moons, they are truly born.
My little Kaelin, little Luna. Mother will protect you, always. Kale, what you threw away was the most precious thing in your life.
We beseech Lady Seren to become the Regent Luna of Silverfrost, to rule beside us.
Any objections?
Issue the decree. Silverfrost shall open Moonvein clinics far and wide. No wolf shall ever be trampled for having lowly blood again.
Black Moon Tribe, weakened by their Alpha's affliction, has sent an Ambai to seek peace and alliance. Shall we receive them?
Black Moon. They've finally reached their breaking point. Summon the Black Moon Ambai.
I am Kale, Alpha of Black Moon. I come seeking an alliance with Silverfrost.
The Alpha himself has come. Such great sincerity.
May I ask, am I addressing the Regent Luna of Silverfrost?
You seek peace, Alpha. What do you offer as a token of your sincerity?
Black Moon will open border trades and cede the 3 northern cities.
3 cities. For the survival of your entire tribe.
Luna, your tone suggests you hold a grudge against
A grudge. Some people. 3 years ago they branded someone, banished them and left them for dead. And now that person is kneeling in their hall begging for peace.
The scent of my fated mate is in this hall. For 3 years, only she could make me feel this.
You mean Lady Seren, my Alpha? But our scouts reported she died at the border 3 years ago.
Then why does my mark burn like this the moment I enter Silverfrost?
Kale, you look pale. Is that Luna up to something?
Shut up.
Black Moon Alpha, you've traveled far. This toast is for our alliance.
Luna, would you be willing to remove your veil and let me see your face?
Why the rush, Alpha? The face behind this veil. You may not be able to handle it.
Are you the bad Alpha who didn't want my mother?
What did you say? Your mother is...
Mother said a bad Alpha burned a painful mark on her neck and chased her out into the rain.
Silver eyes. That's a mark of royal blood. Who is your mother?
Young master, you mustn't be rude to the Alpha.
My mother said the bad Alpha doesn't deserve to know who she is.
Where did this bastard come from? How dare he run around at the Alliance banquet? Whoever dares to speak another word against my child.
None. Seren, you're alive.
Disappointed, Alpha? I didn't die in that hunt 3 years ago.
Seren, I've searched for you for 3 years. I know I was wrong.
Stand back. Your hand wasn't so hesitant when you branded me 3 years ago.
I was forced. Lumanius threatened the lives of the entire tribe. If I hadn't rejected you, you would have been killed on the spot!
So what? Because you were forced to brand me, I should be forced to forgive you.
That child, those silver eyes, Seren, is he mine?
Kale, don't touch my child.
Silver eyes are the mark of my bloodline. They appear once every 3 generations. Is he mine or not?
Their father is Sirius, the War King of Silverfrost. They call him father.
Alpha, it is not proper for you to stare at another man's wife and children.
Impossible! The scent of the fated bond can't lie! These children have mine in them!
Kale, you rejected me as your fated mate. What right do you have now to claim my children?
Seren! Come out! Curse me! Hit me! Just come out and face me!
The Alpha of Black Moon is making a scene in Silverfrost. Do you have no respect for our alliance?
For 3 years. Every time I get near you, my fated mark burns like it's tearing me apart.
You deserve it.
Yes, I deserve it. But for 3 years, I couldn't mark anyone. I've been tortured by the backlash every night, barely sleeping 2 hours with medicine.
And what about me, Kale? I was publicly branded, whipped, thrown into the storm, and hunted by men who wanted to carve my baby from my stele. You want to compare pain?
Those children, they are mine, aren't they? Those silver eyes don't lie.
You want to know?
I do!
But I won't tell you. Kale, taste this for a change.
Your own bloodline, calling another man father, while you don't even have the right to claim them. You branded me. Lumerius ordered the hunt, but the suffering I've endured for 3 years, you both gave me that. You want to atone? It's not that easy.
Seren! I'll use my life, my entire future to atone! Just tell me what to do!
What to do? Stay alive, watch me, and let me take back everything you owe me. Piece by piece.
Seren! I brought a healer! A single drop of blood from them will prove they're mine!
Alpha, this is Silverfrost's training ground, not a place for you to cause trouble.
Sirius, you know those children aren't yours. What right do you have to call yourself their father?
I saved her from the hunt. I protected her for 3 years. I was there when she gave birth, and you? What have you ever given them?
I didn't have a choice! I didn't even know they existed!
Enough! Both of you, be quiet!
Mother, why are they fighting?
Don't be afraid, Mother's here.
Seren, even if you hate me, the children are innocent. Let me claim them, give them the titles they deserve.
Titles? They don't lack titles. They are the Prince and Princess of Silverfrost.
But they carry my blood!
What does blood matter? 3 years ago, when you branded me, did you ever stop to think you might be branding your own child along with me?
The blood test is out of the question. If you push me again, Silverfrost will reconsider this alliance.
Alpha, some things, once lost, are lost. Don't push her.
Mr. Seren, your position as Regent Luna seems rather ill-rotten, don't you think?
Oh, do tell.
A rejected servant wolf from Blackmoon suddenly becoming the Luna of a neighboring kingdom, complete with 2 children out of nowhere. Doesn't that strike you as odd?
Very well. Since you've brought up old matters, let's settle the account of the treason case from 3 years ago right here, in front of both delegations.
What are you trying to say?
3 years ago, I took an arrow meant for the Alpha. Yet the crime of treason was pinned on me. Who submitted the confession that accused me?
It was Sarah. And this is the fragment of the assassin's confession recovered from the scene. The informant named here is Sarah.
Impossible! That was supposed to have been burned! Burned? How do you know it was supposed to be burned? Sarah, you've just incriminated yourself.
So it was a setup all along. The real criminal is this fake Luna.
Slander! I am the recognized Luna of Blackmoon! The fated mark? Sarah, the one on your neck. It's drawn on, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, a true fated mark doesn't smear with water, but hers vanishes at the first touch. It's not true.
Seren, give me 1 incense stick's worth of time to tell you what happened 3 years ago.
Speak, then leave.
The night before the ceremony, Luminatus came to me. He told me he knew you were the bloodline of the moon goddess, the one that everyone was hunting. He gave me a choice: reject you publicly, brand you as an outcast, make you seem worthless to the hunters so they might let you live, or claim you as my Luna. And he would slaughter the entire Blackmoon tribe that very night and kill you in front of me.
So you chose to brand me?
I thought if I made you a reject and cast you out, you would have a chance to live. I didn't know he would still send hunters after you.
Why didn't you tell me? Even a single glance.
Lunarius's men were watching. One slip, and you and the entire tribe would have died. My hand shook all night as I held that brand.
How eloquent.
Look! This is the proof of my 3 years of torment!
The fated mark. After 3 years, it's still burning.
A rejected fated mark extinguishes immediately. My true fated mate has always been only you. This mark, burning for 3 years, it's the proof that I never truly rejected you.
So what if it burns, Kale? Your brand destroyed it long ago. No matter how bright this mark shines, it cannot bring back the night I was cornered on that cliff, the night I gave birth alone, the 3 years I spent in a foreign land, clinging to my babies just to survive.
Luna, wake up! Healer, what's happening to her?
My Luna, the moon goddess bloodline inside the young princess. It's being forcefully extracted.
The moon is crying. So many wolves pulling me.
It's a hunting array. Someone has set up a bloodline draining spell on the twin moons, and it's being activated remotely.
Who would dare harm my children?
The only one in the world who can cast such a spell is Lunarius. He's found the children.
How do we stop it?
Only the pure blood of the royal line, channeling the power of the moon goddess, can sever the extraction lay. Use mine, my Luna. Your own essence has already been channeled into the children. Your source is nearly depleted. It may not be enough.
I carry the blood of the moon goddess's branch. Use mine.
Your bloodline is too diluted. It won't be enough to activate the array.
I heard a child is ill. What's happening?
Lunarius is draining Luna's bloodline. We need pure royal blood to sever the spell.
I carry the pure blood of my house. Use mine!
The blood has entered the array. Now we'll see if the bloodline recognizes the young princess.
Luna, recognize me. Let me save you.
It resonated. Complete resonate. The Alpha's blood is a direct bloodline match with the young princess.
Let him save her.
Daddy?
What did you just call me?
So warm. It's Daddy's scent. The same as Mother's.
Yes, it's Daddy. Daddy came too late, I'm sorry. 3 years too late. Seren blood resonation doesn't lie. They are truly my children.
Yes. Kaelin and Luna, they are yours.
3 years. I missed their birth, their first steps, their first word. But
Yes! You missed it all! When you branded me, you throw away your own children too!
I know. I'll pay this debt with my life.
When they call for their father, they call for Sirius! Kael, what can you possibly offer to make up for 3 years of this?
Give me one chance. Even if I can't be your mate again, let me be their father.
Seren, the children are asleep. You haven't rested all night. You should go inside.
Kael, do you know what I've hated most for these 3 years?
Tell me.
It wasn't the brand. It was that moment on the cliff when I thought I was going to die and all I could think about was still you.
Sorry.
None. I hated myself. Even then I still hoped you would come for me. But it was Sirius who came, not you.
That night, I was trapped in the ancestral hall by Lumaris's men. I fought with everything I had to break free and find you.
But you didn't. I gave birth to them alone. I stayed up alone every night when they had fevers.
It was my fault. All of it.
None. I loved you so much once. I was willing to die for you. But you took that love and me, and you branded us both as rejects.
What about now? You said you once loved me. Is there still a little left?
None.
That's enough. Kael, she doesn't owe you an answer.
Kael, what you threw away 3 years ago, it's not yours to pick up anymore.
Seren.
Alpha, please leave.
None! My Luna! Elder Lumiantis of Black Moon has arrived at the city gates. He claims he is here to perform a ceremony to restore the bloodline of the moon goddess.
He's finally showed himself.
You can't see him. He was the one who hunted you for 3 years and cast the spell on Luna. This is a trap.
I am Lunarius, here to pay my respects to the bloodline of the moon goddess. For 300 years I have longed for the day the true bloodline would return.
You have quite the talent, Elder. You hunt me and my children, and now you come with talk of restoration.
The hunters? They were traitors within Black Moon acting in my name. I have come to escort you back to the ancestral lands, to reclaim the throne of the moon goddess, and to honor the twin moons together.
How noble. Then why was the young princess bloodline nearly drained by a spell that only you could have cast?
War King, you speak slander.
Fine. I will go with you to the Black Moon ancestral lands.
Seren!
But remember this, Elder. I am not going back to be restored. I am going back to settle the accounts.
The Luna speaks boldly. I will await you with open arms.
I have to go back. The clues about who destroyed my family and murdered my parents 300 years ago are all in the Black Moon ancestral lands.
You're playing his game. But what he wants isn't just you. It's the power of the Twin Moons.
This place. It was the ancestral hall of the Moon Goddess's line.
I'm with you. This place is full of traps. It's too dangerous for you to be alone.
I didn't ask you to follow me.
You do your search, I'll do my protection. They don't have to interfere.
This painting depicts the royal family of the Moon Goddess from 300 years ago.
The direct line of the Moon Goddess, guarding the Lunar Gate for generations, sealing the ancient with their blood.
This is the genealogy of the Moon Goddess bloodline. The last page has been deliberately torn out. It says here, 18 years ago, a branch of the direct line still existed. They had a daughter.
Was that girl you?
I always thought I was just a servant born to my stepmother. But this genealogy says the orphan of the Moon Goddess was pulled from a pile of bodies in a great fire.
A great fire. 18 years ago, there was indeed an accidental fire in the Black Moon ancestral lands. It wiped out an entire outsider family.
So I wasn't adopted. I was hidden as a servant after being rescued from a massacre. Who set that fire?
Saren, come look at this.
The one wielding the blade in this massacre. The wolf emblem on his chest. It's the crest of Lunarius's house.
Today, the true bloodline of the Moon Goddess, along with the Twin Moons, returns to the ancestral line. The Lunar Gate shall reopen. Blessings upon all!
Elder, the rune formation beneath this altar. It looks less like a restoration and more like a blood drain.
Mother, this place is scary.
Lumius! What is the meaning of trapping me outside the array?
The meaning is, restoration is a lie. Sacrifice is the truth. I have waited 3 years for the power of the Twin Moons. Get away from my children! Kale, a broken alpha cursed with backlash, you dare stand against me?
You want to touch my children? You'll have to go through me!
Subdue him. Do not harm the Twin Moons. I need their power alive.
None. It's okay, Daddy's here. Saren, 3 years ago, you took an arrow for me. This time, let me take one for our child.
The arrow was tipped with Moon-Eater venom, designed to destroy an alpha's essence. Whether he survives is up to him.
Leave us. I'll stay with him. Kale, you fool. 3 years ago I took an arrow for you, and now you've taken one for our child. Between us, who owes who anymore?
Saren, stay back. There's an arrow.
I'm here. There's no arrow.
The children. Protect them. This life of mine. You saved it 3 years ago.
Wake up. You haven't seen Kaelin learn to write yet. You can't die. This is the half of the moon pendant that broke from my neck when I took that arrow. You kept it for 3 years, pressed against your heart.
You found it. For 3 years, when the backlash kept me awake, I held it and pretended you were still here.
Kale, stop being good to me. I'm finding it so hard to keep hating you.
Then stop hating me, okay?
Focus on healing. We'll talk about the rest later.
Sirius. What happened in the medical tub?
You don't need to explain. The way you looked at him when you held his hand, it doesn't lie.
Sirius, you've protected me for 3 years. In my heart.
In your heart, there is gratitude for me, dependence. But for him, it's a bond carved into your very soul. Those two things are not the same.
Saren, there's something I've kept from you for 3 years. My mother was of the Moon Goddess's branch. On her deathbed, she made me swear to protect the true bloodline.
So 3 years ago, when you saved me,
At first it was for that oath.
What about later?
Then watching you carry your children, give birth and grow from a wounded reject into a Luna who could hold a kingdom. I no longer knew where my mission ended and my own feelings began.
Sirius, I'm sorry.
Don't say sorry. Protecting you was my choice. Loving you was my own affair. It has nothing to do with you. I can step back, but I need to hear you say it. Is he the one your heart truly wants? Don't stay out of guilt. It's not fair to you, to him, or to me.
None. Just kill these two bastards and Lumius will give me the title of Luna. Drink this. Once you're dead, my fortune will turn.
Bad person. There's a smell in the milk that the moon doesn't like.
Quiet! If you dare scream, I'll...
Mother! A bad person is trying to hurt us!
Sarah!
My Luna, we found a vial of poison on her.
Saren! Even if I fall today, do you think you've won?
3 years ago you framed me for treason and now you try to poison my children. What deep grudge could you possibly hold against me?
A deep grudge? None at all. I was nothing more than a pawn in Luminius's game.
What did you say?
I was the one who gave Lumius the information. I forged the confession. I told him you were the bloodline of the moon goddess. Because he promised me the Luna's throne, I sold you out!
Why?
Because I was jealous of you! Since we were children, our stepmother gave you everything, and Kale only ever saw you. But in the end, I was just a pawn he used and threw away. Lunarius was never after you. He wants the power of the twin moons. He will destroy all of you.
Kale, Sarah confessed to everything. I know all about what happened 3 years ago. Lunasis threatened the entire tribe, and Sarah provided the false evidence. If you hadn't branded me, I would have died that night. Is that true?
Yes. But it is no excuse for the pain I caused you.
Sarah said you vomited blood that night and locked yourself in the ancestral hall for 3 days. Is that true?
For those 3 days, I pressed my hand against the same brand that had touched you.
Are you insane? Why would you do that?
None. I wanted to feel exactly how much pain I had put you through.
Kale, you are such a fool.
I never blamed you for hating me. I was the one who failed you first. You took an arrow for me, and I repaid you with a brand of rejection.
Then why didn't you find me sooner? Why didn't you tell me the truth? You let me hate you and suffer alone for 3 years!
I searched. For 3 years, I searched every inch. But Lumaris blocked every trace of you. I couldn't even learn if you were alive or dead.
I'm so tired. Pretending to hate you is harder than actually hating you.
Then stop pretending. This time, let me protect you. No one will ever force us apart again.
Saren, so you've uncovered the truth? What does it matter? My family's extinguished the moon goddess 300 years ago, and today I will do it again!
Lonanis, you annihilated the moon goddess's family and hunted her bloodline for 3 centuries. Today, the final account is due.
Settle accounts? You haven't even grasped what I truly want.
You want the power of the twin moons.
More than that. 300 years ago, my ancestor stole half a wisp of the moon goddess' primeval power and sealed it within our bloodline, passed down through generations!
So you're no ordinary wolf. You're carrying half a goddess within you?
Exactly. But what I want is the complete power of the moon goddess.
So all your scheming to capture the twin moons? The twin moons are the purest essence of the moon goddess's bloodline. By using them as a sacrifice to complete the fragment within me, I shall ascend beyond the moon goddess herself, immortal and supreme!
Dream on! I will die before I let you lay a finger on them!
You have no choice! Wolves of the moon, heed my command!
He's taken control of the wolves across the entire region. He's gonna drown us in an army of our own kind.
Saren, protect the children. Leave this to Sirius and me.
No. Kale, this time. I'm not hiding behind you.
Sirius! Take the left flank! I've got the right. Kyle, protect Saren and the children. Don't get distracted.
Sirius, you saved Saren 3 years ago. And you protected her and my children for me. I owe you for that. You owe me nothing. I protected the bloodline of the moon goddess, not you.
I know. But I can also see how you feel about her. Then treat her right. If you ever wrong her again, I will be the first to take your life. This life has belonged to her for a long time.
Fools! The blood moon is high! Array! Activate!
Mother! Daddy! Mother, save me!
Kaelin! Luna! Let go of my children!
Too late! The twin moons are at the heart of the array! Their power will complete my primordial source! Seren! That pillar is shielded by the moon goddess's power! No mortal force can break it!
The only thing that can break the moon goddess's power is a stronger moon goddess's power. Seren, you are the only one who can save them now.
My children. Mother will tear you back from the brink if it costs me my life.
Mother, I'm so cold. Luna can't see the moon anymore.
Moon goddess! If I am truly your bloodline, give me your power! Let me save my children!
Serene, your hair, your eyes.
Varys, you have swaggered for 3 centuries on stolen power. Today, let me show you what a true bloodline looks like.
Impossible! You are just a drop of blood that slipped through! There's no way you could have fully awakened!
The power of the moon goddess is bound by blood, not by stolen fragments of counterfeit power.
The apparition of the moon goddess! My family annihilated her bloodline 300 years ago!
Did you? No, because on the night of the massacre, my mother hid the last drop of blood, me, in the fire. And today that single drop has grown into your reckoning.
No! I possess the half the moon goddess's source! I am immortal!
Then let's see which is truly the moon goddess, the half you stole, or the whole that flows in my veins.
Today, under the witness of all wolves, the moonlight shall replay the truth of that night 300 years ago.
What are you trying to do?
The power of the moon goddess remembers every past drenched in blood. Wolves of the world, open your eyes and see!
It's the Elder's ancestor! He betrayed the moon goddess and slaughtered her entire family! Stop it! Turn it off!
And this is 18 years ago. That's my father and mother.
Exactly. 18 years ago, I personally wiped out the last branch of the moon goddess's line. Your parents tried to restore her, and I cut them down! And the baby hid in the fire! That was you!
So for 18 years, I was treated as a servant, branded and hunted, all because you were afraid that this single drop of blood would become what I am today.
I should have burned you to ash in that fire!
But you didn't. This blood that my mother saved with her life. Today it will collect the debt for her and for the 300 years of unjust souls of the moon goddess.
You hunted her for 300 years, branded her, and forced me to hurt her. Now it's your turn to pay.
From this day forth, I am no longer Seren, the lowly servant wolf. I reclaim my true name. Moon goddess's rightful heir, Eliana.
What good is a name? These wolves are still under my control. Can you save the thousands of them I hold in my grasp?
Wolves enslaved by false power, hear the call of the true moon goddess. Awake!
Impossible! They are bound by my power!
Your half is a stolen counterfeit. Under the light of true moon, your control shatters like glass.
What have we just done? The true moon goddess has returned! No! 300 years of planning! My goddess! 3 years ago I was blind and whipped you! Please spare me! We called you a reject and mocked you! We were blind to the truth!
3 years ago, you whipped a woman who saved her alpha, and you trampled on the bloodline of your goddess. I will not kill you. To do so would be to walk the same bloody path of tyranny as Lumanus's clan. But I want you to remember this day. The person you are kneeling to now is the very reject you spit on and branded 3 years ago. In the future, when you see another of low blood, remember how your knees feel today.
This is what the moon goddess should be. She has never wanted vengeance for the sake of it. She wants to change this world of the strong devouring the weak.
What a benevolent moon goddess. But you are far too naive.
Since I have lost everything, I'll drag the twin moons and the moon goddess's bloodline into oblivion with me!
Eliana! If you so much as twitch, I will detonate this power and turn this child and everything for 100 miles to dust!
Mother! Forget about me! Don't let the bad man win!
Lunarius! Let him go! You want the power of the moon goddess, so take it from me!
I have nothing left to gain, so no one gets to be happy!
None. Seren! Save the child! I'll handle this old fiend!
Reckless fool!
None! Kale, save the child! I'll hold the elder! Seren, seal his power now!
Kale is dying. But if I lose focus for even a second, Loomis will break free.
Mother, Daddy's going to die!
I saved you, but I have to watch your father die. I can't lose anyone else.
Save Kale and I'll destroy this land! Seal me and Kale dies before your eyes! Choose, Elialana!
No. I won't choose! I want both!
Kaelin Luna, Mother needs you. Can you lend Mother the power of the moon within you?
Yes! Save Daddy! Save everyone! Mother, the moon said, when the three of us shine together, we make the brightest light.
Then, together.
3 generations of moon goddess blood resonating. This power, it's impossible.
Power of the moon goddess, split in 2. Half, protect him!
Seren.
The other half, seal him.
Seren, now! I will not accept this! 300 years! I have schemed for 300 years!
300 years of blood debt. Today, the spirits of Yornushan's family claim it back from you!
No, my power. 300 years. All gone.
It's done. The power is sealed. He can never rise again.
Ayana, though the false power is sealed, the Lunar Gate has cracked from 3 centuries of turmoil. It must be guarded for eternity by one who shares a fated bond with the blood of the moon goddess.
The apparition said it requires one who is fated to the goddess. In this world, the only one fated to you is me.
Kyle! Kyle, stop! Guarding it forever with your fated power means sealing your life away on that door.
Seren, this life of mine belonged to you 3 years ago. To use it to protect you, protect our children, and protect this land we've just found peace in, that's worth it.
It's not worth it! I just got you back! And now you want to go guard a door that might take your life? I won't allow it!
3 years ago, I branded you. I owe you for that. Let this be my atonement.
I don't want your atonement! I want you to live! To be with me, with Kaelin and Luna, to live well!
Wait. The apparition said the power of the fated bond, not a single fated person standing guard.
What do you mean?
The fated bond is mutual. You two share the same source. The guarding power can be shared. 2 together, neither one has to give their entire life.
All right. This time together.
Go. I'll watch over the children for you.
Kale, why have you brought me here? This is where you branded me as a reject.
That's exactly wise. Here, where I wronged you, I can begin to set it right.
The Alpha is going to perform a new binding ceremony for the moon goddess, right here on the Reject platform.
Seren, no, Aliana. 3 years ago, on this platform, I branded you as a reject and cast my only fated mate into the abyss.
Today, before the entire Black Moon tribe, I will do one thing.
My Alpha, are you truly going to...
3 years ago, the pain of the brand was yours. Today, the pain of carving your name is mine.
Are you insane? Stop!
Let me finish. I want the whole world to see. Kale, for all his life, claims Eliana as his one and only fated mate. And I will spend every remaining day of my life redeeming that brand.
You fool!
Eliana, will you marry me? Let me be your husband and a father to Kaelin and Luna. Let me use a lifetime to make up for the 3 years we lost. Will you?
Mother, say yes! We want a daddy!
Yes!
May you find all you have wished for.
Eliana, the true bloodline of the Moon Goddess, vanquisher of chaos, guardian of the Lunar Gate, salvior of all clans. Today, all tribes unite to crown her the Luna under the Moon!
Hail to the Luna under the Moon!
I ascend this throne not to command the world, but for one purpose, to ensure that in this land of wolves, no one shall ever be trampled for low blood, and no one shall ever be branded a reject because of a lie.
We shall heed the Luna's teaching.
Mother is queen now! Daddy, do we have to protect everyone from now on?
Yes. We protect every single person your mother wants to protect.
Mother, the moon is smiling so brightly today. It said, the daughter of the moon goddess has finally come home.
Oh, yes. Finally home.
Seren, do you remember what I did to you on that platform 3 years ago?
How could I forget? What you branded me with that day was a mark meant to bury me in the dust. But what it became was the first step on my path to this throne.
Then every step after this one, I will walk with you for the rest of my life. This life, the next. I will never forsake you again.
Yes, never again.